Radio station.
Do you even smart speaker, bro?
Listen on your Amazon Echo device. Alexa, play Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You say it, I'll play it.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
One more time for people in the back. Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, September 13th. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Got a lot of stuff to cover today and free goodies to give away, including 2 opportunities for Thrice. First opportunity is coming up here in a couple minutes. So if you want to go see Thrice live, then be ready to call me. Also, yesterday, we announced a show. And I don't know if you saw this yet, Weirdo. I got to post the poster on the KFMA Instagram page and Facebook. But it's called Sensanta. Sensanta.
Santa.
I'm guessing this is what Maynard wants us to pronounce it as.
Oh, yes, I did see this yesterday
All
for
right.
his 60th birthday next year.
Yeah, so to celebrate Maynard's 60th birthday, him and his friends are getting together, performing with his favorite bands, Pucifer, Perfect Circle, Not Tool, and Primus.
Yes. That should have been the leading headline. He's not going to perform with Tool
I like
again.
to squeeze that in there. I mean, Tool's been consistently busy, so I understand that, and they're taking some time off after that. And I mean, they're about to headline Power Trip, so it's not like there's an out as far as Maynard and the guys in Tool. Not by any means, but for whatever reason, Pucifer and Perfect Circle have not been playing because it's all been Tool. So Maynard's getting together with his other 2 side projects, and then of course Les Claypool and Primus, and they're all going to be on stage at the same time, just jamming out, doing a bunch of stuff, which seems to be like a fantastic concept and celebration. So obviously Maynard has ties to Arizona, so I don't know if he ever tries to really go up and beyond for this hometown crowd, even though he's up in Jerome, but still, like I said, he does love the desert. So and the desert people. So it looks like it's going to be a big deal. Talking Stick Amphitheater, you get an opportunity to win those tickets today at 7. Okay, so that's some listener bait for you to stay tuned for. And then with all these other stories. Now, first thing I want to talk about, which I thought was pretty cool, this morning as I was getting ready for work, I'm going through the gram, right? That's what the kids call for the Instagram. And I'm not going to talk about VMAs at all today because that was just good. And it was K-pop and Taylor Swift. But I noticed that, because ESPN and Disney, they're owned by the same parent company. And ESPN, of course, has some NFL rights to, air games on for the NFL, and because they own ABC as well. They own pretty much 40% of the general market.
Right. And they officially do Monday Night Football, correct?
Yeah, they do Monday Night Football. And, how Nickelodeon has done like kids style games for the NFL before? I don't know if you know this. But for the past few seasons, Nickelodeon has had games featured on Nickelodeon Live, and then they would have like computer generated effects. And this was to attract the kids. So whenever somebody would get a touchdown, slime cannons would fire off and things like that. Just little ADD type of colors just sprinkled all over the field, and animation mixed in with real life, players. And, it made it pretty fun, actually. And I know a couple of my friends actually even preferred watching that game over the regular stream game without all the graphics. Well, Disney Plus is like, hold my apple juice. We're going to up the game a whole nother level. And I'm very intrigued to see this, but it's going to be the Jaguars versus the Falcons. It's going to be week 4. And they're going to be doing, it's the London game, right? So it's nice and early in the morning, American time. They're going to be doing a Toy Story style television event of the football game live. Now, what that means is, okay, they have the technology and the ability to turn every single football player live on the field into a Pixar character, completely computer generated, right? And the game is going to go and happen in Andy's room. Now, everything that happens in the game in real life is going to be happening in real time on Disney Plus
Wow.
while the game is going on, and it will look like Toy Story.
Oh my God, I actually want to watch football now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that weird? And,
they need to do that the whole entire season.
well, some people argue the same thing with the Nickelodeon style games. And I'm just like, man, that's where we're at now as society and technology. There's going to be a halftime show with like a Robbie Knievel type animated character. I forgot the Toy Story character name, doing like a motorcycle jump. It's all Toy Story style. I shared the story on the Instagram page on KFMA if you want to take a peek at what I mean. But like mind-blowing stuff. And if it's able to like have a live football game seamlessly and flawlessly and fluidly, be able to like just emulate what's happening on the field in real time, but with these like Disney Pixar animated characters, like, whoa, like we're in the future. Yeah.
Or it messes up, just like, I don't know, when you try to, like, I think of the panoramic on your iPhone.
Yeah.
And how it like randomly there's limbs missing and, things are just out of place. Even better.
Well, yeah. I mean, hell, and you're like, oh, that's a really bad injury there. Like if they were playing the Monday Night Football game with the Jets where Aaron Rodgers went down with the Achilles heel and he's out for the season with $75 million guaranteed. So don't cry for him.
Yeah.
But say he gets injured on the field, it's Disney Pixar style. And then he's basically like Mr. Potato Head and his leg just falls off. And then you see him get carted off the field with like a trainer holding his leg behind him. That would be great.
Or just an eye pops out.
Yeah. So, who just giving you stoners a reason to wake up early on Sunday morning and watch some cartoons.
And this will be week 4?
Week 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got to set a calendar for that and see what it's all about. I'm sure I'll remind myself because it does seem pretty cool. But yeah, so
that's gonna be my family's Sunday fun day activity.
Yeah,
that week that'll be fantastic.
Look, I don't know anyone who doesn't like Toy Story. So I mean, obviously that's a franchise that built Pixar. And to be able to incorporate the NFL and Woody and the rest of the cast of characters who will be basically the fans in the stands.
Is it for the 30th anniversary? Because Toy Story, I think, is 1993.
I don't care about that geek stuff. But
all right, fine.
Yeah.
You're like, all right,
I'm talking about football, man. Yeah, come on. This is a bro show. All right, well, let's get right into it. We got your morning moron coming up after Aaron Jones. We'll kick things off with Rage Against the Machine. But as I said, I have tickets to give away for thrice. So if you want to go see them live at the Rialto Theater as part of their big Artists in the Ambulance 20th anniversary tour, then caller number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. They're performing at the Rialto October 20th. Those tickets could be yours. Good luck. We'll be back with your morning moron right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. 2.1 KFMA. That's Aaron Jones of Blood in the Water, who is going to be performing at the Fox Theater along with Daughtry on the 21st. So not this Friday, but next Friday. And I know that because Daughtry's going to be in studio that Friday morning. Now, I am happy that he's coming in for a couple reasons, but now my new main reason that I'm happy about this is that Daughtry, of course, being a kind of a big deal and coming to the station to perform for us. They have, particular like audio needs they need. They needed DI boxes and things like to be able to mix down the instruments so he could perform into. So it sounds good, right?
Right.
Now, professional artists need this type of quality, and I have nothing against it. I'm all for it. The reason why I'm excited about this is because now there's a fire underneath my engineer's ass to actually do something, because I've been wanting a secondary mixer linked into this board so I could do the very same thing that Daughtry is asking for any other artist that I want in. There's so many things that I want to do that I'm limited based off everyone else's like complacency to not do anything. It's ridiculous. It's frustrating, but Daughtry's coming in to save the day. So added value in the fact that he's coming in. He'll be a little late. We'll go a little longer on the podcast broadcast, but I am stoked and it's going to be a good time. And of course, Daughtry has a very storied career and some tragedy that goes along with it. So, there's a lot of layers to that onion that I look forward to peel, and hopefully we'll all cry. All right, let's get into our morning one. Now, HR people are supposed to lead by example, correct? Yeah, well, this HR manager apparently did not. There's a lawsuit that really takes the cake. Just wait until I tell you the rest of this, and then you'll understand why that sentence is so funny. A man who worked at an Oregon property maintenance company has accused his former HR manager named Jessica of harassment after she fessed up to sending him a phallic-shaped cake and told him to eat a D.
Oh,
I've seen this before in real time. Our former sales manager, when he quit this company, a fellow salesperson who worked for him anonymously sent him a bag of gummy D's.
Oh, yeah.
So eat a bag of D's, right?
Mhm.
Now, this sales manager thought I was the one behind it. And I'm like, I got no beef with you, man.
Right.
And plus, gummies are delicious. Why would I give you that? I don't like you that much either. But that could be considered harassment, of course, especially in a court of law, and especially if your job is to know that is wrong. And that's what Jessica's job was. This dude's name is Steven. He was a janitorial operations manager for Dasher Lights. Now he's seeking over $500,000 in damages. And after he was forced to resign over the increasingly hostile work environment. Now I'm thinking, oh man, if this guy's getting paid $500,000 for someone telling him to eat a D, then I should be Elon Musk. People tell me that all the time, man. Where's my money? Anyways, the suit states that Steven started to be treated badly after laying into a subordinate who didn't want to do his job, which involved cleaning up garbage. The man happened to be the HR manager's husband. Oh, yeah, a little personal beef there, right? Oh, man. Now, following the incident, Steven says he received a pink box last May containing a large black chocolate mail part along with bold letters reading "Eat a D" on the inside of the box cover. Now, the cake was delicious and very moist, but still very offensive. And Jessica confessed to the prank after allegedly attempting to sweep the incident under the rug. And then eventually Steven received an apology note from the owners and a $50 gift card. But he was like, that's not enough. I got diabetes from this D. You can't spell diabetes without the D, weirdo.
No, you can't.
Yeah, so for being an HR manager and violating protocol, stuff that you should know because you've done all the stupid trainings and you made other people do the stupid trainings, definitely makes Jessica today's morning moron. Yo, welcome back to the show. And we had a couple things going on. So we are live here. Sorry, I got easily distracted. I'm playing Audio Slave. And we did pre-recorded bits to start off the show today, only because Weirdo and I have been on fire, essentially. And I'm like, I don't want this to be lost in the internet anals because I haven't been getting around to documenting and posting too much stuff. And, but we're here. And look how lovely Weirdo looks, by the way. Yeah, looking like a corpse bride.
Well,
Yeah, we got TMI Top 5 teas that's coming up. Plus, there's a couple other things that we did this morning that I'm going to share with you here on the podcast broadcast. Because, like I said, we were just kind of in the zone today, feeling the vibe. And luckily, I had this whole big file and stuff because I just had to do an emergency bathroom visit. And there was no toilet paper in the men's restroom.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So
this
then
just keeps getting worse.
Yeah. So I went to the women's restroom, right? And there's definitely tons of toilet paper and air freshener. And it's a fantastic experience. But when I went in there, I immediately clogged it without even using toilet paper.
Great.
Yeah. So it was a problem. And so then I was just lucky that I locked the door because if you could imagine, I had my shorts and boxer shorts around my ankles, and I'm turned around, ass out, with the plunger, trying to oh no, like I'm not supposed to use this bathroom, and I broke it. Yeah, brutal. And then I had to wash my hands real good, so that's why you got the show open and morning more on back to back.
Thanks for that image.
You're welcome.
Are your boxers plaid?
No, I wear boxer briefs first
Oh,
off, and they're
I thought you
super
said boxers.
sexy. I mean, they're sexier than I should be wearing on a day like today. Yes. So we got our teas going on, and keep those comments coming. We're going to be commenting along as well. Good morning, Looney. Good to see you on the stream. I'm going to drop that soundbite real quick. And I know, Looney, I was just thinking about you today because I know you've been asking me to email you something. I keep forgetting. So remind me again. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. That is Audio Slave on Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. You could join along in on the fun, play some games with us by going to youtube.com/Beef Vegan or any of our Facebook pages as we are streaming live, as you know this. Coming up next, we got your TMI Top 5.
Your girlfriend's favorite DJ,
FM
DJ
side.
Looney.
My FM side didn't hear that, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm disheveled on this Wednesday. Let's play some music from Wayne's World. Wayne's World. We'll be back right after this. Wayne's World. I'm a fucking idiot. Clear?
Did you mean wage war?
Yeah, dude. I did. I just shit my brains out, literally. So now I'm like, I'm a little disheveled. So, but that's okay because I do have like a backup plan. And in case you missed it, it went a little something like this. On September 13th that I woke up and the first thing I start reading about is mummy alien bodies being presented to Mexican Congress. I'm like, what the actual F as we continue to proceed in 2023? And a lot of us speculate that this is going to be the year of the big reveal, right?
Mhm.
You keep saying, they keep like, inching towards saying, oh, by the way, surprise. You guys were right this whole time.
Yeah.
So who knows? Now, there's a lot to unpack here with these alleged non-human alien corpses that have been displayed to Mexican politicians at the country's Congress yesterday. Now, I will show pictures on the podcast broadcast later on. They're fascinating, but you could do a quick Google search, say alien bodies Mexico, and that's all you need to know. It is a top story on a lot of news sites out there. Now, a lot of them, it's not going to be the mainstream, but it's also not the National Enquirer.
Right.
All right. Now, these alien corpses are alleged, or to be received from Peru. And they're presented in window boxes in Mexico City on Wednesday, stirring excitement amongst the UFO community. The event was spearheaded by a journalist and UFOologist named Jamie Musan, who testified under oath that mummified specimens were not part of our terrestrial evolution, and with almost a third of their DNA remaining unknown. Now, these bodies look like a mummified miniature E.T. Like the head looks like E.T., from the movie E.T., and they only have 3 fingers. Now, it is mummified. It also looks like it could be something that's easily recreated, right? It's not impossible to recreate these things. Now, these claims by the self-claimed UFOologist have not been proven, and Mr. Musan has previously been associated with claims of discoveries that have later been debunked, okay? So, you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Now, this is new information. This is presented to Mexican Congress, and they do look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, they also show a like a scan. What is this? A radar scan or
MRI?
Oh yeah, MRI scan. It shows that one of the bodies had eggs inside them. So it looks like,
whoa,
yeah, it was like a miniature alien couple on like a little vacation, maybe even like a honeymoon, right? And they're just banging in Peru, procreating their alien species on a tropical planet far, far away. And
right.
Something could have happened and took them out, unfortunately. And maybe they were caught in the act. Who knows? Or maybe none of that is true at all. And this guy just wants to be notorious for, breaking alien, evidence and not having any of it. But we'll hold that thought. I'll keep that on pause and we'll add that back here in just a moment. Let's get into our TMI top 5. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That was Wage War. Circle the Drain. Yes, you know it well there, weirdo.
Yes.
All right. It is now 9:14. We got TMI top 5. These are top 5 headlines we have not gotten to yet that I'd like to share with you. Are you ready for it?
I am.
All right. So first headline. Did you know today is National Hug Your Boss Day?
No.
It's legit. It is. It's legit. Like National Hug Your Boss Day. Now, I'm not technically your boss, but technically I kind of am. You don't have to hug me, though, because tomorrow is a National Sue Your Boss for Sexual Harassment Day.
I was like, how about a crisp high five?
Yeah, you want to high five this end? No, you don't.
No, I don't. Fist bump? No.
Yeah, if you're an Apple nut, here's everything that they announced yesterday with the iPhone, okay? As for the iPhone 15s, you can pre-order them on Friday, and they'll be available the Friday after that on the 22nd. They'll run about like $1,000 and really didn't add much to, it's going to make people excited. In fact, actually, out of all the iPhone releases, this is the least buzzed release the iPhone has had in about a decade.
I don't know. I have the iPhone 14. I don't care.
Exactly. Right.
And I'm not going to care for another 3 years till it finally craps out.
Oh, yeah. No. You know what? They'll probably speed up the clock on that, the self-destruct clock on that. So I give it another year.
Yeah.
A 25-year-old a 25-year-old felt that incandescent light bulb. Oh, he's an incandescent light bulb enthusiast. So virgin, is that the best way to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not happy about the nationwide ban, so he dropped thousands of dollars to hoard about 3,500 incandescents so he can have a lifetime supply.
Huh.
Yes, ridiculous. So, I mean, again, if the environment is going to hell, blame this kid.
Couldn't he have gotten into something like cars? I mean, light bulbs?
I don't dating. I would try dating.
Weird.
Insane, really. I mean, you're gonna save up your money instead of getting like a new car or truck that might even help you procreate. You get a lifetime supply of light bulbs.
Is he Uncle Fester from Addams Family?
That would be nice. If he can light it up with his mouth, then I understand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but if he can't, then I don't. All right, a USC student's off-campus apartment is going viral because of the ridiculous electronic system inside. That makes it an expandable apartment, which is pretty dope. I'm going to show you this on the podcast broadcast stream. There's no point describing it on the air.
Okay.
And finally, a depressing reminder that climate change isn't just destructive, it's also expensive. The United States has suffered $23 billion disasters so far in 2023. Oh, look at that. It's fitting.
Yeah.
Good thing it's not 2050. Then it would be 50 billion.
23 billion.
Yeah, it's a record for this point in the year, and it is only September. So we're breaking records every year.
Solar's starting to look a lot cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you have solar?
I do. Yeah.
You know, I just saw the homeless encampment. They did a news report on that, showed a bunch of pictures. It's off of, I forget exactly where it is. It's pretty impressive. There's one tent in particular that does use solar power, and it's like a 3-bedroom. And I'm thinking to myself, in this market, that would still be about $1,500 a month.
Right.
All right, we'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, where we're going to go down the rabbit hole of this USC student's apartment. And then we have more coming up after Dinosaur Pile Up. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, yeah, let's see this.
Now I want to message my boyfriend because he works in a super professional environment. Be like, just go up and randomly hug your chief management.
Yeah.
Just be like, it's National Hug Your Boss Day. He won't get fired.
Well, I could go up, try to hug Mac, and I guarantee you he would get weirded out by it.
He'd be like, what's the bad news? What's going on?
But Debbie, my GM, she's like, super sweet. So I've hugged her before, but I still wouldn't just give an unannounced hug because that's an HR issue.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so let's see. Max began his video by entering the apartment's bedroom, but he's got video. So let's just look at the video here and see exactly what made this kid's apartment so pimp.
I just moved into my new off-campus USC apartment, and I just thought I had to show TikTok this. So you may wonder, what is this? Well, this is my desk, and this is my closet, and this is my bed.
Okay.
So how do we get it to work, right? You want it in bed mode. Oh, nope. Oops. That's not bed mode. That is, oops. Well, now it's in desk mode. I'm still learning how to do this thing.
Oh, wow.
Please. Now we have it going to
no buttons. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Just like a little touch.
bed mode.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine bringing someone over and this is what they see. Like, who thought
Can't
this was a good
imagine.
idea? Like, be honest.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get laid, dude. What do you mean? You can't imagine? I imagine it's gonna do just fine.
I mean, I find it interesting the fact that like he's got this fancy thing, which like I've seen ads for these, like especially in like Japan with all the tiny flats that they have there. He still doesn't have bedclothes on his mattress. Like that is still a college trope.
He just moved in. And sorry nobody hugged you today, Taco. Hug your boss. Oh, your boss. Yeah. So. And then, Jeff, I think you misunderstood what I was saying in that joke. A 3-bedroom tent is not cheap. Wonder where the homeless got the money. No, this guy built like with tarps and everything. It wasn't a 3-bedroom tent. He just compiled so much shit. He turned it into like a 3-bedroom apartment. And using solar power as well. And that's part of this like kind of tent city that's going in the wash there. And it was a trip. I think I saw it on Arizona Daily Star. I don't have the link though, but and of course the fact that Yeah, it's a homeless person shanty that would still cost an average person $1,500 to rent in this market because everything is overinflated.
Well, when like at the height of the whole homeless and houseless debate, like there are most people don't realize that they are only like two kind of either bad decisions or two bad luck things happening to them from being away from homeless.
Yeah, no,
like,
I know.
A lot of people need to really realize that. Like most people who are homeless, it's not just because they're drug addicts or they're lazy or anything like that. Yes, that's a factor.
Paycheck. But if they don't have family and like a safety net and one bad thing goes wrong, then it could easily be out in the street. Yes,
exactly.
it does
Living out of their car.
suck. Now, I actually, one thing that you could do is be a squatter. There's professional squatters out there left and right. I came across a story. This is in Florida of a squatter who, no, I'm sorry, it was Louisiana. So there was a house that was going to go up for sale. The squatter, who's a professional squatter, is what they call him, and a serial squatter, broke into that house and then dubbed it his. And then they ended up finally, after he was living there for a while, for whatever reason, he had warrants or whatever. He got arrested. He had to go to prison. And so he was in prison for a little bit. Then he got out and he immediately went back to the house he was squatting in and re-squatted. And now he's trying to sell the house. And for like $200,000, of course, the original homeowner is like, absolutely not.
Right.
But the guy forged some paperwork and showed it to the cops. And the cops is like, well, this is out of our hands. Now this is a civil matter. And this is the way that it works. There's so much gray area and red tape involved in this. It makes it very easy for squatters to squat. And unfortunately, if there's an abundance of houses and some of them are for sale and the homeless continues to grow and, the cost of living continues to go up, squatting is a viable option.
Well, yeah. In Arizona, you're in possession of a house. It's after like 2 years. And as long as you made some kind of improvement, which could have been just weeding the yard or cleaning it up, you have squatter rights.
Right. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And Nick does Keystone. He's a locksmith. So he said he deals with squatters all the time, which I could imagine as well, because then you got homeowners saying, hey, man, can you get into this house? They changed the locks. And so that's where, Nick is. And I guess that's one good thing about being a locksmith. There's probably tons of good things, but nobody's squatting in your house, Nick. You know how to get in no matter what. Jeff said, I can relate, weirdo. I clearly understand one wrong decision. And now I'm living in a tent in my buddy's backyard. So yeah, that sucks, Jeff. And hopefully you land on your feet here soon. But yeah, rent is not cheap. Mike, I am not going to the Giants game on Sunday. At least I don't have plans for it yet. I've not gotten tickets, but Giants versus Cardinals seems like the most heartbreaking game of the season for me because I like both teams and they both fucking suck. They do, and it happens. It's happened several times over my lifetime that both teams aligned and that were terrible to watch and completely ruined the season for me. And I feel like this season is just like that.
Oh, well, so my boyfriend brought up an interesting fact I didn't know. So the Steelers in the last 50 years have only had 3 coaches.
Okay.
Or something like that. They are ones that they like stick with their decision because like usually all the time that's what you hear every year is like which teams changed coaches and stuff because it seems like some of them like turn them over like crazy.
Oh yeah, of course.
So now granted Steelers have what? They're tied for the most Super Bowl rings at 6. So they seem to have something that's working.
Well, yeah, I mean, they lucked out. They hired Young in their latest coach, Tomlin, Mike Tomlin, and he was like 36 or something when he started as head coach. And he's in his 50s, but he's been around forever.
Yeah. I
think Caller was probably the shortest run that they had. And that was in the 90s. And now he's an analyst. But yeah, I mean, that's I guess that is a fun fact and great to be a Steelers fan. I'll tell you what, when I was in Pop Warner, I was on the Steelers. So I've always kind of liked the Steelers as well.
Yeah.
But they're not my team.
I hear all about it. But like that's somebody that doesn't really follow football. It's like, is that something that works? Is like you just kind of change as the wind goes, or do you try to stick and keep rebuilding and play the long game?
Well, I don't want to talk football with you because both of us are really out of our element on that, and I would have to bring Spears in to kind of give you anything, and I could bullshit my way through an answer, but
okay,
yeah, I'm just gonna be respectful on that.
That shows how bad I am at football. I don't know who's the right person to ask anything.
Look, I mean, we got our dudes watching the live stream and stuff like that. They know more than that. They would know, and let's stay in our lane.
Okay.
When we're together, we're doing a show. We vibe on many different levels: music, sex, not with each other, but
No.
you know, in general.
Yeah.
And weird shit.
Yes.
So like, we'll stay to that lane. We'll leave the sports talk to when I have like Rico and Spears in when I bro down. Yeah, fair.
Did you happen to get I need to go back to when Spears came in and there's just a shot of me just glossy eyed and blacked out.
Every time. And in fact, actually, I should do just like a slow close up of when we do have Spears in talking sports. Cause yeah, you could see it. It's almost like
I'm just gone.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to play a little bit more of this clip from this alien stuff because there's some more videos to show you, I believe, or maybe there isn't. And that's fine too. Let's actually, that's a different thing. So check this out. This is the rest of that alien, the mummified aliens from Mexico that was presented to Congress just yesterday. Say that these specimens aren't of our terrestrial evolution. They aren't beings that were found after a UFO wreckage. They were found in a diatom, which is algae mines, and were later fossilized. So yeah, so it wasn't like a crash. They were kind of like in a mine, an algae mine. And they end up passing away there. Maybe the algae was poisonous to them, or maybe they died of old age or whatever. Now, he went on to tell attendees that the specimens have been studied by scientists at numerous locations around Mexico, and who were able to draw DNA evidence using radiocarbon dating. And after comparisons were made to other DNA samples, it found that over 30% of the specimen's DNA was completely unknown. X-rays of the specimen were also shown during the hearing, with experts testifying under oath that one of the bodies is seen to have eggs inside, while both were said to have implants made of very rare metals. Yeah, now initially, did you start thinking boobs? Like aliens like big boobs too?
No, I was thinking like piercings.
Yeah. They're like, oh, they're punk rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just playing Papa Roach. It's fine.
Well, Ryan Graves, Americans for Safe Aerospace executive director and former U.S. Navy pilot, was in attendance, having earlier this year told U.S. Congress of the threat that unidentified aerial phenomenon posed to U.S. national security. And Mr. Amason has previously been associated with claims of alien discoveries that have been later debunked. So, you know, only time will tell. And is there a good chance that this could be debunked as well? Possibly.
Right.
But are the images cool? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and would it be awesome if it was true? Yeah, probably. Especially since they're like they're almost adorable in a way. Like, this is how American culture would be.
They're the size of toddlers.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Toddlers are adorable.
Right. So imagine if they, like, this species revealed itself like, hey, guys, yeah, we are here. We do exist. Immediately, Americans will be like, I want you to be my pet.
Yeah. I want to put you in a cute outfit.
Yes.
And then I'll put you on my Instagram.
This is why they won't reveal themselves to us. And it's understandable because we'll dress them up like dolls, like, you know, and make the play. And it'd be ridiculous. Like, yeah.
All the Instagram influencers will have them.
But yeah, you got to look at that. You know what? I'll even post a picture on the Beef Vegan KFMA page so you can gawk at what may potentially be fossilized aliens and may potentially be not. All right. Let's hit the reset. We got Weird News and Weirdo coming up after the break. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. You're hating there, Todd. That hurts my feelings. This all hurts and we're all dumber for having listened. You're talking about the aliens? You just talking, yeah. All right. You're talking about the football talk. Yeah, maybe.
No, maybe.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, Todd's not jocular by any means, but his job is literally statting every single play, every little move, in all sports. You know, it's not just him. He has a whole team that works for him, but that's why he's unavailable on Sundays. And this is the season where he's just like cranked. And he said both. Ouch, man. Ouch. That hurts my soul there, Todd. Oh, all right. Well, we do have something that you're probably never going to consider as well coming up next. That's not going to make you dumber, not going to make you hornier, but it will be useful information to people out there who like the fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not going to make you smarter, not going to make you hornier, but it's about fucking.
Well, I was talking to Todd in particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's nothing, you know, he's a unique person and stuff like that. So, you know,
I have Google.
I don't think he'll ever do this, make a sex tape. But if Todd ever does consider to make a sex tape, I got the top 5 things to consider.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you're the person I wanted to talk to about this. I was sitting on this for a couple days, actually. And welcome back. It's Rock on 2.1 KFMA. So, all right, let's start off like this. They say your porn star name is your first pet and the street you grew up on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would your porn star name be?
Shadow Gold.
Ooh, Shadow Gold is nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was a black cat.
Oh, nice. You know what mine would be?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Nacho Blackhawk. This is Nacho Blackhawk. I know.
Great.
I know. Isn't that amazing? All right. Well, anyways. Now, a lot of people do make homemade sex tapes and stuff for their own viewing pleasure. In fact, actually, there's this big scandal politically. There's a woman who was an RN nurse who is now, she's running for public office.
I
okay?
did see this.
Yes. And she used to live stream sex acts with her husband
Mhm.
on Chatterbait, right? And then this was a few years ago. Well, now that she's running for public office, her opponents found this information out, and then they were able to archive some of the live streams. And it's called Recurbate, I think is the name of the website, something
Okay.
like that, where it's restoring and it says like everything on the internet is forever, right?
Yes.
So this is one of those sites. It's like, hey, did you see a live stream? You want to save that forever? Upload it to our pervert
Mhm.
thing, right? So this woman, she's a beautiful woman. I'm sure she's qualified for the job. She was having a consensual physical relationship with her husband, but she was also getting tips from viewers watching them do it. Now, in America in 2023, this is going to become more common, like this is not like absurdly strange. And the fact that it's somewhat of a scandal is kind of hilarious to me. Now, the reason why I even bring that up is because a lot of people do consider filming themselves or watching themselves or even being exhibitionists online to a viewing audience.
Mhm.
So if you're going to do that, here are the top 5 things you need to consider when making a sex tape. Are you
Okay.
ready?
I am.
All right. Number 1, first and foremost, above all else, consent.
Yes.
Yes. Because at this point, you should go without saying, but you got to talk about it with your partner. Make sure you're both willing to be filmed,
Yes.
and you don't just be like, surprise, I have my phone in my hand this whole time. All right. So keep that in mind. Number 2, setting. All right. Now, it's not just about like trying to create like this movie set, but you want to keep your room clean. You don't want any distractions. I say you're filming it and then you watch it back and you're like, oh, look at the laundry piled up. Or you're even doing it on a pile of laundry, like things like that. So you want to clean the room that you're going to be shooting in. All right.
Get rid of the clutter.
Because it might be a tad bit humiliating when you get turned on by the action and realize, the dog licking himself in the corner or anything like that. So, and every amateur seems to forget about lighting. So lighting is paramount. All right. So make sure you have the proper lighting. The worst thing that you could do with an amateur sex tape is it'd be all dark and all you have is the sounds.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, imagination is great, but you like to see things.
Yes.
Especially if you're a dude. We're visual creatures.
Yes.
All right. I'm glad you're agreeing with that. You know this. All right. So number 3 in the top 5 things you should consider when making a home sex tape: direction. All right. Now you don't have to be like Martin Scorsese.
Right.
But you want to have some sort of directorial thought on how you're going to angle the shot.
Yes.
Like kind of plan it out. Are you going to use a tripod? Is there going to be a trusted friend that's going to shoot it for you? Is his friend named Beef, and is he a professional willing to do it for $50? Yeah. These are things that you want to consider when you go into it. Like a photo director,
Cinematography.
So yeah. So you could be an amateur cinematographer. Yep. Okay. Number 4 in top 5 things to consider when making a home sex tape: you're not a porn star.
No.
You have to admit this. And
Yes.
It's okay. Not all of us are. In fact, actually, like the top 1% of us are. Those are the top 1% that are earning money on OnlyFans. A majority of people on OnlyFans aren't earning money at all.
No, they are not.
Yeah, a lot of us aren't blessed, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sex any less fun. And, in fact, actually, it's equally enjoyable, if not better. Now, try not to act like a porn star. Don't try to do things that you normally wouldn't do in the bedroom. You want to focus on your amazing sexual chemistry that you have with your partner.
Right. And just authenticity.
Yeah, for real.
Yes.
But you could still think like a porn star when it comes to the money shot.
Okay,
And
fair
finally, yeah. There is one exception to the rule. And finally, the top 5 things to consider when making a home sex tape: And it could be number one as well, next to consent, fun. All right. Sex is fun. Sex is passionate. And so don't get caught up in the production or any of that because you might get so distracted that you lose wood. So focus on having fun because that's really the name of the game at the end of the day. And if you have a good time and you capture that good time on camera, then you'll be able to relive those good times when she breaks up with you and moves on. All right. Let's hit the reset. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/Beef Vegan. All right.
Or just the fact that, like, because most people are going to film this on their phone, just forget that the phone is there too. Because there's nothing worse than just like, oh, I was staring at the camera.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
All right. I need everybody who's watching along, whether you're watching live or just watching the replay, to comment below your porn star name. Again, the rule is as simple as this. It's the name of your first pet and the street you grew up on. Okay. So I'm going to say this again. I'll put this right here in the comments just to remind you. So let me know what your porn star name is. And Nacho Blackhawk. I mean, I grew up on Blackhawk. Nacho was a parrot. It's fantastic.
Oh, a parrot.
Yeah. Yeah, he was an angry little bitch. But yeah, Nacho. I think he was racist. We did get rid of him. But yeah, he attacked my little black friend, my little friend who was black, Andre. When he whenever he come into the house, Nacho would beeline for him. Now, Nacho was like a rescue parrot, so we didn't raise Nacho as a baby. And my parents had no right owning a parrot too. They were way too high when they made the purchase, and they were not prepared because there's a lot of responsibility and things you need to know to properly raise a parrot. But yeah, I do believe in hindsight that Nacho was raised by racists and did not like black people because he always had it not pleasant experience whenever black people were around.
I had was it a cockatiel, cockatoo? It would whistle the themes to like Green Acres and I Dream of Jeannie and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Shadow Gold, of course, I saw yours. Remington Steel. Jeff said mine is Rex Berkshire. See, that works.
That could be a weatherman name or a porn star name.
Oh, that's a game that we play as well. All right, let's see. Callie, you. No, thank you. Let's see. Manny said Champ. How do you pronounce that? Mycoba. Oh, and also, you know, which I got to fucking mention. I have not mentioned once today, but we already have pretty good contestants lined up for Beef Spirit Envy. Manny's definitely going to be one of them. In fact, I was thinking about Manny when I came up with the concept because I'm so envious of that beard. And then Courtney said, Sportster Longwood. There you go.
Who names their? Was it a dog or a cat? Sportster.
Yeah. And the street Longwood, though, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brody Escobar.
But Nacho Blackhawk do I have the best porn name or what? That's not Joe Blackhawk.
And then we just need the hawk blockers.
Yeah. Which we had a request for today, too, which was odd and awesome at the same time.
Yeah, was interesting to get a request for a segment from 2 months ago.
I know. All right. Earlier this morning, we got Weird with Weirdo. She had fantastic stories that we were clowning on. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Jet rollover DJ is Rockwood 2.1 KFMA. It's now 6:51. Time for Weird News with Weirdo. What'd you find in the internet today?
Have you ever been victim of prank phone calls?
Yeah. In fact, I just shared one a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So just randomly, but a lot of times I kind of, don't fall for it, have fun with it, whatever the case may be. But I've been getting pranked ever since I was a kid. Why?
Well, there's a woman in Australia, and she's being tortured by an onslaught of people calling her and doing their best Chewbacca impressions from Star Wars.
Just randomly, a bunch of people?
Randomly, yeah.
So she don't even know which number to block.
No.
There's just numerous numbers? All right, what's your best Chewbacca impersonation?
Oh, God, no. You don't want to hear that?
Yeah, I do, actually.
No, it'll sound like a cat dying.
Yeah, I want to hear a cat dying. Whoa. That was not even close, dude. Okay.
No, not even close. Anyway, so Taylor Page, who's from Sydney, and she is on the hunt for whoever's responsible. And what's worse, the single mom says she doesn't even like Star Wars.
Oh, so why is this happening?
So she did ask one of the callers, like, where did you even get my number? They said they saw it on a poster in the street that advertised a contest.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, the flyer noted whoever did the best Wookiee impression would win $100.
That's amazing. That is a fantastic prank. Maybe it's an ex-boyfriend or something, right?
Maybe.
That's actually a great idea.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm half kidding because it's a brilliant idea, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, but okay. So
Oh my God. At that point, I changed my phone number.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel
And
like,
you
well,
should.
that's done.
I know.
Ugh. So yeah. So
Mhm.
hopefully she changes her number because that's awful.
Mhm,
Especially
yeah.
at 3:00 in the morning when you're just trying to sleep.
Kudos to whoever came up with that idea, though. That's
Mhm.
brilliant. And if it was to like spite somebody, even better.
Yeah.
Because what a great way! It's like a victimless crime in a way. I mean, yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
That's it, though. That's it.
No, there are victims because there's these people thinking they're competing for $100 and it's not real.
Whatever, they lost. You know, they knew the risks. Right? Not everyone's guaranteed to be a winner.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got in the world?
All right.
news?
So you know that I'm pretty well covered in tattoos.
Yes, you are.
Amazingly, I don't have any of my children's names tattooed
Oh well, how do you remember their names?
because I'm a good mom.
Oh, okay, whatever.
But this guy in Britain, Mark Owen Evans, is making up for this. He has his daughter's name, Lucy, 667 times.
Ah, he should have stopped. He should have stopped at 666.
I know.
mean, he literally
know.
named his daughter like female Lucifer.
I know.
Yes.
That was exactly what I thought when I first read this. I was like, why would you do 667? Do
Right.
666, damn it.
Well, because he's addicted at this point. And what
Mhm.
stupid idea, by the way.
Well, first of all, it started off with 267 times.
Right.
And then another woman broke that record with 300 tattoos of her own name. And he was like, yeah, hold my beer. And so he went and got it done another 400 times.
There had never been a more appropriate time to say, hold my beer. Because this guy's got to be drunk. And
Right.
you know that's got to be creepy for his daughter as well. I mean, my daughter appreciates I do have her name tattooed
Mhm.
on me and birthday because I didn't really have any ideas at the time and I need to remember her birthday.
Yeah.
But, 667 times is beyond obsessive.
Yes.
And you're going to create a whole world of daddy issues you didn't even know existed.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be on that pole with clear heels real quick.
Yeah. And anyone that shows affection, she's going to run. Yeah, so it's excellent news. And let's get weirdo. Let's hit the reset. When we come back, we have those tickets to give away for Maynard's big birthday party. It's Rock 1-2. All right, so we have a lot of stuff that we're still going to feature here on the stream, and we're not even done because I shared a story that was an F my life, worst Tinder date ever that I got to replay for you here in a minute. But did you know? Here's a not so fun fact. Everyone knows who Andre the Giant is, and the legend of Andre the Giant continues to grow. Now, a lot of the legend we've heard over and over again, like his drinking habits, and,
Right.
But I never heard this not so fun fact. Because he is a big man, and and a big man like Andre the Giant took some big shits.
Oh,
Yeah. And so it was said that Andre the Giant was so enormous that he took dumps in bathtubs as toilets were too small.
oh.
Yes. So in recap, Andre the Giant, worst house guest ever.
Mhm.
He's like, can I use the bathroom? No,
No,
please don't.
my plumbing will not survive.
Oh my God. But
Okay.
it
all
makes
right.
sense though.
No, it totally makes sense because I'm like, oh my God, that's a gross fact, but like, yeah, he probably wouldn't fit on the toilet.
No, he would demolish toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd break them. It's just terrible. So yeah, absolutely.
Who started talking about that?
Well, no one. I just came across this on a website and stuff. But here, let me see. I want to pull up this F My Life story, which I guess we'll do after our commercials. Let's see, or during this girl. This is what you need to do if you want a bag tonight or something like that.
Huh.
Bro talk. It's bro talk.
Okay.
It happens.
Okay.
All right, so that's what it is, and I'm just gonna cue it back here, so we're ready for it. It's a good one. You're gonna want to hear it if you didn't catch it today, and if you did catch it today, you're gonna want to hear it again.
So messed
That's a little
up.
immature. All right. Oh, a little immature. On brand, you say? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Here, in fact, actually, I'm going to drop this Worlds Collide, and we're going to get right into the top things, the how-tos that we've been Googling this year. Came across this list, so it should be pretty interesting. And I wonder how many of these things you've actually Googled how to yourself. Now, I'm not even doing Google. Here's the thing. Two things. One, the younger generation, Gen Z, they're not using Google to find information. They're using TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah.
I figured
which-
it ate like ChatGPT or something.
No, yeah. So I'm using ChatGPT. That's a great source to get this kind of information. But TikTok, it's like there's a lot of misinformation on there. So it's just going to add to the stupidity. I'm a little scared about that. But welcome back to the show. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Google says that top how-to questions we're asking this year are as follows. Okay, so this is a part of Google Trends. It's a fascinating website. If you ever get a chance and you're bored, you look up Google Trends, and it will always tell you basically inside the mind of the average American and the dumb stuff that we're searching all the time.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through this top 8 list with you real quick, and I want to know how many of these you may have potentially Googled on how to as yourself. Okay, and be honest. It's okay. We're all learning, and a lot of things we end up forgetting as we get older. So, we have to rush to Google to find this out. So, let's see. The top how to fix questions include how to fix a zipper, how to fix Wi-Fi. Duh, unplug it, plug it back in.
Mm-hmm.
How to fix an ingrown toenail. Herb Stratford probably Googled that. And how to fix a relationship. Good luck with that, as far as Google telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of relationships, they also looked at searches for just that. They include how to be in a relationship, how to fix a relationship, how to build a relationship, but also how to end a relationship, how to leave a relationship, and how to get the hell out of a relationship. These are what people are Googling. And it's kind of weird, I guess, because I'm going to put the blame on parenting. Previous generations parenting, not giving that information to their kids so they know how to do it.
Yeah.
Present company included. I don't know how to properly end a relationship, or how to fix a relationship, any of that stuff. We're still learning as we go. And does Google have that information for you? Can you learn from it? I don't know.
There's some good advice columns out there.
Right.
I would say probably more about how to keep a relationship and keep it going well.
How do you fix a relationship with 3 people at once? I bet you can't even find that on Google.
Yes.
You can?
Yeah, there is a lot of poly advice out there when you have multiple relationships. And it's usually about like keeping, a good balance between autonomy and transparency, communication.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Bored.
I know.
Yeah.
Your eyes glossed over.
Yeah. Good luck with that. All right. Top 5 how to make questions. All right. Have you Googled any how to make? Did you try to make anything this year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like what?
Different craft projects like, how to sew a dress, how to hem something, how to take out pants or whatever.
See, that makes sense. But, these are food things. And it just shows that people, I guess it's kids Googling stuff because it seems pretty simple.
I look up substitutes for things, right? Because we have all kinds of food allergies in our house. So we can't use cornstarch as like a thickener. So we found out that arrowroot or tapioca starch works. So I do look for a lot of those kind of substitutions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, here it's the top 5 are how to make rice, how to make eggs,
okay,
how to make bread, how to make coffee, the simplest things.
How do you make bread? How many people still bake their own bread? So that one's good.
That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the number one, how to make, and I don't know if Google can answer this question. If so, I should have been going to Google a long time ago. How to make money. People want to know that and just get straight to the source. I just want money. How do I do that? And they're like, well, there's various things. You can get an education. I'm out. All right. And finally, the states that ask the most how-to questions. Arizona doesn't make that list, thankfully. It's pretty funny. West Virginia's on the list. How to marry your cousin. Utah. How to marry multiple cousins. Arkansas. How to marry my second cousin. And Oklahoma.
What?
No, that's it.
Okay.
All right, keeping the conversation moving on. Podcast broadcast. Your beef tip coming up after this. It's like I was just thinking Wayne's World, like in Delaware. Come to Delaware. All right.
That's funny.
Here is the crazy, incredible, worst Tinder date ever story that we shared this morning. In case you missed it, check it out. Megan, I'm assuming you're young. If not, obviously you want to run.
Yeah.
Final life of the day sent to me by Justin. He said, when you're looking at porn, fast forwarding.
Boop, boop, boop.
That is a legit.
Real time.
And let me explain, because this is like kind of a follow-up to F My Life, because this story could very much be like definitely an F My Life. It's the worst Tinder date possible that you could think of. Now, this is a guy, I think he was just like on the road traveling and he matched with somebody who was cute. You know, I imagine they're probably in their 20s and very, Tinder worthy, right? Hey, you mutually attractive. Let's hang out, party, and shag. That's what, 20-year-olds do, right?
Yeah.
Well, he wrote this in Today I Effed Up, okay? And he tells this story of how a date started out promising, but then went very bad and then got even worse. This is how it happened. He met his Tinder date at a bar, right after he matched with her, where she said she was going to meet up with a couple of friends.
Okay.
Now, this is why I know this is somebody in their 20s, because, anyone after 30 doesn't really have any friends to go to the bar.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Now, all was going well. And then everyone decided to go back to the guy who showed up's place about 30 minutes away. So some dude showed up as one of the friends and they're all hanging out. And he's like, hey, after party at my house, you know, we'll smell things. Right. For reference sake, they say, let's call him Bill. Okay. Now, Bill was not only encouraging, but even offered the man telling the story some condoms and advice for laying his Tinder date, right? So, like, Bill was friends with the Tinder date. He gave the condom. He's like, hey, this girl, this is what you need to do if you want a bag tonight or something like that.
Huh.
Bro talk. It's bro talk.
Okay.
It happens,
Okay.
And he offered him a place to stay for the night. So he's like, hey, you could crash in this back room if you guys want to get it on. I know you guys are Tinder dates. You guys all match for same reason, right? So Bill seemed pretty supportive. Yeah, it was good. Now, for whatever reason, people dispersed into other rooms, and the man who was on the date ended up alone in a room with Bill's girlfriend, and Bill's girlfriend then tried to kiss him.
Okay.
Plot thickens.
Yes.
Now, full disclosure, and I know the kids are going to school, there's definitely some booger sugar involved in this story. It wasn't stated, and I don't think this guy who's in this situation knew this, but this is a booger sugar situation, if I ever heard one. All right. Now, with that, unsure what to do, the guy decided the honorable thing would be to tell Bill what happened. Now, that was a bad move.
Yeah.
And Bill did not take it well, especially if there's booger sugar involved, which I'm, again, assuming. But the way that Bill acted makes me believe I'm right. Bill went off the hook. He grabbed the metal rod and started beating the hell out of the guy with it, eventually shoving him out of the house. Now, again, this is a guy who's on a Tinder date. He just wants to hook up with the chick he matched with. And then the guy who's throwing the after party, his girlfriend tried to make a move. He doesn't know if it's a swinger situation, but decided not to do anything. And it's a good thing he did, because imagine if he got caught actually like shagging or something, this guy probably would have been murdered.
Yeah.
Gets worse, though.
Out in the middle of nowhere, too.
Pretty much, yeah. So the guy went back to the hotel and he's freaking out, right? And then he checks his phone to see if his Tinder dates, messages. And then the Tinder date's messaging him saying that she's scared and need to be picked up.
Oh.
This is where this guy effed up, right? Instead of calling the cops right then and there, which he says he should have done, the guy goes back to the house to rescue the girl, Captain Sava.
Yeah.
When he did, guess who was there waiting for him? Bill.
Yeah.
Charged him again, metal rod in hand, and commences with more beatings, and then threatened to get his shotgun, and then broke out this dude's back window of his rental car.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. Now, so the guy's trying to drive away. He's getting his ass beat. As he's freaking out, he then crashes the rental in a ditch.
Oh, now he's stuck.
Yes. Now, to top it all off, the guy calls the cops, okay, tells the story, and then shows them the text messages. Bill told the police a different story, and the two girls backed Bill up, the Tinder date and the ex-girlfriend or the girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
So the Tinder date he was trying to rescue then sided with Bill. This left the guy standing there with the schlong in his hand, facing a 3-against-1 situation, and the guy was forced to sign a document saying he wouldn't press charges or the cops would take both guys to jail, and so he got a ticket for reckless driving.
Oh, my God.
And definitely didn't get laid. So, talk about F My Life. That's a deep dive from this Reddit thread today I effed up, and it was fascinating. And the only upsetting part about this, I mean, there's a lot of upsetting things about this story, but the fact that I could see myself in that situation, I was like, oh man, I'm surprised they even made it this far. It's impressive, and good luck, dude. Be careful, guys. Never go in the direction that your penis points you. It's always going to point you forward, and sometimes you want to go back.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the reset. We got music weirdo coming up after 3:11. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. See, that was wisdom I was dropping on this Wednesday morning. So we had a lot of fun with a lot of good segments all throughout the morning. And we also bagged on Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mudd, and rightfully so, because, that's just a train wreck. And, he turns out that we don't know this for sure, but it's safe to assume that his cancellation at the Rialto wasn't because of COVID at all. It's because he just is not on the same page with the people booking the shows altogether. So whoever lied about that, whether it was Puddle of Mudd's team or Rialto, not good.
Yeah, I'm curious how many concerts were canceled in that week or two.
Sure, probably all of them, right? That Wes is doing. And honestly, COVID probably would have made his voice sound better. The fact that it's amazing. So Puddle of Mudd started in 1991. They kind of broke out in 1999. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wes Scantlin's the only original member. So basically, they started as like a high school band.
Oh, okay.
Had like 4 radio songs that, for whatever reason, we play nonstop on this station because it tests well. And this is what continues to give life to Wes Scantlin all over the country because Puddle of Mudd's safe to play on the radio.
Yes.
But at this point, we're kind of over it. And then we've already seen Wes go viral many times over for various reasons. Performing terribly, sounding terrible, trying to cover Nirvana. That one is a oldie but goodie. You should Google that if you haven't seen it. Also, all the different times he's all methed out and just doing cracky things. And his attitude and his behavior, just, it's ridiculous. And people are over it. And the owner of the machine shop, the music venue in Michigan, basically just straight up said that we are never, ever, ever, ever booking this band for a show under any circumstance. That means a reunion show, nope. Bat mitzvah, nope. Free show, nope. No. Just a big no. They'd rather not deal with Wes at all than even potentially profit off of his presence. Yeah. And, that's probably going to be a domino effect. I could see other venues and promoters, especially on this last run, if they've been burned, going to jump on board with that. You think the Rialto is going to be quick to be like, yeah, come on back, right? No, they canceled the day of the fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I came in on Monday, it was like I knew about James Hetfield, but then I didn't know about the Puddle of Mudd show.
And I'll tell you why they said COVID, because that way they're not financially liable. COVID's the only excuse you can use nowadays to be able to cancel a show last minute, like Wes and Puddle of Mudd did, right? Or just Wes, let's be honest with you. All right, we're back on the air, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast broadcast. Drop a thumbs up, any kind of reaction, whether it's on Facebook or youtube.com/Beef Vegan. We greatly appreciate it. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. We definitely want to hit that goal. So tell a friend to check out youtube.com/Beef Vegan and subscribe. Hit those notifications if you want to know when we go live too, which is each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. All right, we're about to wrap things up. Before we leave you, let me give you a beef tip. Our beef tip for you today is to reset your budget for fall. This is the thing. If you're concerned about how you'll be able to pay for the holidays, it's time to financially assess right now. Here are some tips you can do. You could start with a look back so you know where the money went this year. Try a new budget that's realistic. Establish a habit of checking your budget every morning. Prioritize paying off debt. Check your tax situation. And, of course, you want to make space in your budget for fun. But basically, reset your finances and your budget for fall. And that way, once you get closer to the holidays, which catch up to everybody and kick everybody in the ass, you'll be a little more prepared. It'll be a little less stressful, and you'll have a better holiday season. So do it now. And that's your beef tip.
Look at that. Just straight advice.
That's right.
Dropping the wisdom.
That's right. Dropping wisdom on a Wednesday. All right. Here's another wisdom for you. If you got a long beard, go to KFMA.com. Sign up for that contest. Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
I'm always waiting for the punchline. I'm like, all right, where's this going to go?
Will come and end to all your
I know I don't have any.
But
I'm lot of punchlines because Todd popped my fucking tire.
I will
Thanks a
knock
lot,
out
Todd.
all your teeth.
Make me feel insecure about my jokes.
God damn it, Tom.